Hi everyone, today I'll be unboxing my brand new Thermaltake Core V71. It's the tempered glass edition. Despite the fact that all over the case it's fragile stickers, actually the delivery guys have bented it here really hard. I think they put something heavy on it, so I hope nothing is lost in this process. So I have my magic knife. Here is the warranty and all the paperwork. Actually, the case itself is pretty heavy. Yep, it's bent on the glass side. Even the foam is ripped. I don't know if you can see it, but I will show. Here the foam is ripped, so it either was trashed or thrown. I will try getting it out on the side. I don't know which is out, which is down. Actually, I will be doing the other reviewer's way. And lift up. Now the big splash. Let's put this aside. Yes. So everything is ready. This is the glass side. Everything seems okay. Let me readjust the image. So this is the case. I'll be comparing it to a NZT H440. So let's do a 360 on it. Here on top I have the power button, the USBs, two USB 3.2, two USB standard, microphone and headphone jack. Here is the fan LED, the low speed, the high speed, HDD, LED and the reset button. Here on front we have two old 3.5 bass, which here is a little bit a dent because of the transporting, I think, because I lifted it really carefully. On the right side of the case, as you can see, is the tempered glass. It's actually fitted pretty well. I will be removing the coating in the final review, so I don't leave any fingerprints. Here on this side, it's a pretty standard case, nothing transparent, which pleases me pretty well. And let's go in the back. Here by transparency you can see the up fan and the dust filter. You actually get a filter in front. I will get in there in a minute. Here in the back, wait till it focuses, is the 1400 millimeters fan, vertical GPU support, and down here we have the power source filter. I think there is a on the front side it's another filter. I'll get there in a minute. Now I will be removing the glass from the side. Okay, thank you for focusing. Actually, the side glass is held in by two screws in the back. Unfortunately, they are not. I don't like the fitting here up top. Seems pretty crappy. And my Note 8 camera seems pretty crappy because it focuses all the time. Let's focus a little bit. Actually, the glass is held in place with some plastic. Nothing fancy here. So here inside I have the vertical GPU stand, which is pretty neat, but you don't have the extended cables for it. Here in front you have the removable base. A pretty simple movement. Here are some screws. Here are some screws and some cables. These are PCI Express cables, from what I'm seeing, from standard models to PCI Express. Actually, motherboard speaker, and the other things are modular and empty. Everything here is modular, you can disassemble them. Here on top you actually have a bay, which are 3.5 bays, 3.5 inch bays. Here inside you get the I/O cables from the front. Okay, what's next? We'll be putting this aside. It's too bad that the screws don't stay on the back or front panel. I don't know why they choose it. Even on my old case they are fitted to remain there. Okay, so the back panel off. You see the back panel cut off for different motherboards. You can fit in here the different holes for your cable routing. Here are the screws for the removing of the HDD base if you don't need them all. Okay, I don't think we have anything to see more here, so let's see if I can remove the front. Actually, I don't know how to remove it. Oh yes. So the front cover must be removed pretty easily, I think. But actually I pulled very hard from the side and it came off. Exactly how it's getting off on my NZXT. I'm putting the camera a little bit in the back. Here you have the honeycomb mesh for your dust filter in the front. The modular popping out 3.5 inch drives. You can actually pop them pretty easily. I'll try popping it from outside. So that basically is all the move you need to do. Okay. Here on front we have two of the included fans. They are the Thermaltake fans, which are pretty basics. They pull a very big airflow. Here on top we have the base, which are modular if I'm not mistaken. The upper base you can reach it only if you remove the upper cover. I'll be trying to remove that too, hopefully. Okay, so the top cover is pushed from here on the front side. Here is the dust filter, which I showed earlier. It's removed from the back. Here on top we have the top I/O. Here is the power button, the LED from the power button which powers up the reset, and all other individual buttons. Here is the second fan. Actually the fan, as you can hear, it is hitting something, but I'm not sure what. Oh, here it has a little tiny plastic with which it's only one side, the tape which is glued to it. I think is for protection, not to damage the cable. Here is some retainer for the cables. I've seen some of these here in the back. I don't know if they fell or something. So in the front we have one filter. Oops. Oopsie. In the back we have the second filter. Here in the back we have the 1400 millimeter fan. From what we have in the other bag, here are some zip ties and the standard screws for your HDD driver, your 3.5 optical drive, and the cable which was inside. It's a standard 8-pin to 8-pin plus 4-pin. It's pretty standard for new motherboards with auxiliary power hungry CPUs. This is a 3-pin fan, and the other fans, let me see to which they are connecting. Here is the USB 3.0, the USB 2.0, and the power and front USB. Let's see if we have any other nifty connectors. From what I'm seeing, I think all the fans, the big fans, are connected to a Molex here up front. So this cage doesn't have power supply cover. This isn't a big thing. I think this is the power connector for the fans, but I will see if it works or how it connects when I will move all my stuff from my old case to this one. Here are some zip ties which are just lying in the case. Okay. Here on the side are all the parts I have pulled out. Okay, inclusive the drive bay. Okay, so overall this is a pretty rich feature case. Overall I like everything about it, but in the quality of the materials it lacks the sturdy. It feels a little bit bendy, especially the side cover, the right side cover. The glass cover is held in place with some plastic, which is pretty easily to detach, I think, if the glue wears out. And the plastic here, it's actually a hinge, and if you damage it in some way, you cannot put it back. It's not a standard screw. I understand why they did it, because it's glass and they wanted to have the less returns as possible, because this will be a fail. I don't know how are packed the all glass cases. This package was brought me a little bit bent. I will show you immediately the packing. The foam was actually busted on one side, and it actually was bent on the side with the glass. First time I lifted, I thought the glass was broken. I will had to return the case. I will in the next day I will be putting all my system inside it. I want to see how it works, how the airflow, because I saw on the top, on the front, it has some for the adoption of different sizes of fans. It has its flaws and has different kind of interference with the airflow. Hope it doesn't interfere with the actual flow of the air in the case, because I will use around, I have 2 HDDs and 3 to 4 SSDs. I will choose which one to put inside, and I will see how the air flows with this case in general is. Hope it's a good one, because that's why I switched from NZXT to the Thermaltake, because of the big fans, the low noise, and it has all over the filters. So this is a major win for Thermaltake. This is all I can say for my first impressions. Okay, so this is the foam. It was cracked here and cracked here. So basically it was either dropped or either very brute force on its packaging.